Well, news just coming in. We are learning that Navneet and Ravi Rana have both been granted bail by the Sessions Court. This is news that we are just getting that in the sedition case, we are learning that Navneet and Ravi Rana have both been granted bail by the Mumbai court. Now, earlier, of course, Navneet Rana was shifted to the JJ hospital from the Baikala jail. I think Shaurya joins us live now. Shaurya, give us more details.
Yes, as a massive breaking news is coming in, as the Rana couple have been granted bail in this case, where FIR was filed against them by the Mumbai police over the sedition charges. Now, this is a massive development coming in this case over Hanuman Chalisa face-off, where we have known the operative part of them getting granted bail. Now, we don't know the detailed order has to be coming out yet as to what were the grounds on which the bail was granted. But what we know so far was that the intention of the Rana couple was not to incite disharmony amongst two different groups. Their intention was to just chant Hanuman Chalisa outside the Maharashtra CM's residence. Now, this is a massive development coming in the place where the Rana couple have been granted bail. The eventual detailed order is yet to come out, but what we know so far is that today they are likely to be released when the bond is furnished. And right now, in the JJ hospital, Navneet Rana has been shifted after she complained of seeking medical treatment, and this is a massive development coming at a time when Raj Thakre's ultimatum ended today, and the politics of Hanuman Chalisa Rao and the constant fighting between the government and the opposition has been taking place. But right now, biggest news of the day is that Rana couple have gotten the relief that they needed, and the charges are to be seen as to how the state of Maharashtra that alleged that the law and order situation in Maharashtra was at stake with these developments, and how they will appeal in this case, whether they will move to High Court seeking quashing of this particular bail has to be seen. Back to you.
Right, so what we are learning right now is that the MLA Ravi Rana and MP Navneet Kaur Rana have both been released on bail by the Sessions Court with conditions. Now, what we're also understanding is all right, Mr. Swapnil Kothari on the phone line with me. Mr. Kothari, so bail coming in for both of them. We understand that this particular bail is coming in the seditions case that was filed against them. What do you make of it?
Well, I think the court is sending a clear-cut message that, it's not going to hold people beyond a certain period of time. And if the prosecution cannot justify their custody, then bail will be the rule and jail will be the exception, which is exactly what the dictum of criminal law is. And it is very apparent that the High Court did not find possibly a prima facie case as far as the sedition case is concerned. So it thought it fit to grant bail, because by any stretch of imagination, what the Ranas have done is not seditious. It does not fall within the parameters of 124A. But that giving the bail does not mean that you have been absolved of the crime. So tomorrow, if there is more evidence which has been led by the prosecution to make it fall within the parameters of 124A, then perhaps there could be a conviction. But looking at the things the way they are, I do not think that by any stretch of imagination that would be the result. But to comment only on the bail, I had pretty much expected that, and the High Court has given an absolutely appropriate order. And I'm very happy that they have got the bail simply because they have had to spend time in custody for quite some time. Of course, what they did was something which was not something was not palatable at all, because you do not challenge a sitting chief minister. The whole idea was not to chant the Hanuman Chalisa. The whole idea was to provoke. So, being
right, and Mr. Kothari, part of that, the court has also told them not to speak to the media. I'm going to come back to you. Ram Kadam also on the phone line with me. Mr. Kadam, thank you for speaking to us. How do you see this bail that's just been granted?
Once again, this is a big setback to this Maharashtra government. We have been witnessing since 2.5 years. There are several cases whereas this Maharashtra government has been misusing police force and filing forged FIRs on those opponents who are challenging to the Maharashtra government or who are raising voices against them. They have been trying to muzzle their voice, and one more time, court has given setback to the Maharashtra government. And this is a clear-cut misuse of police force, not only by the police, but as we know that the BMC, the Shiv Sena is ruling BMC, they have given civic notice to Rana family. What it shows they want to muzzle their voice. Whoever speak against the government, they want to curb their voice. This is absolutely ridiculous. The Maharashtra government should come forward and apologize to these families.
Ram Kadam, as you're giving us those details, let's also tell our viewers what's been happening at the courtroom, where the court has said you cannot influence the investigation. They will not speak to the media. They will also, bail will be cancelled if the offence is committed. Let me also go across to Shaurya, joining us live from the Mumbai Sessions Court. Shaurya, there are certain conditions on the bail that has been granted, but a big relief after several days coming in for the Rana couple.
Yes, so as we know that the bail has been granted on a 50,000 surety bond for each Navneet Rana and Ravi Rana. We know that since they are public representatives, strict conditions will be imposed by the court. They will be barred to speak to the media. They will also, they cannot, since they are public servants, they cannot influence the investigation in any manner, because there is a lot of political pressure also in this particular case, as we know that the face-off has been between political parties and political leaders. Now, what we do know is that they are getting bailed today, and how this is taken further in terms of appeal by the Maharashtra government is yet to be seen. The lawyers will be expected to brief at any point in time right now, where the detailed order is yet to come out, but we know that certain conditions have been imposed, certain stringent conditions have been imposed on the Rana couple since they are public representatives, and it is yet to see as to how and at what time they will be released. Back to you.
Absolutely. Shaurya, as you are giving us these details, we are telling our viewers that the court has now said a similar offence cannot be made or bail will be cancelled. The bail has been granted on 50,000 each of surety bond. This is coming when just today she's been taken to JJ Hospital from Baikola jail, and I believe Ravi Rana is in Taloja jail. The court has said they are not to speak to the media, bail will be cancelled. Viewers, these are basic details that are always given out once a bail order is granted. But Rizwan Merchant and other lawyers for the Rana couple told the court that there was no crime of sedition that had been committed, and I think the court is impressed with those arguments and has now granted bail to the Rana couple. However, a proviso has been given that there cannot be a similar offence yet again committed. As